Hi, I am so excited to share with you the IPSS 2025 Showcase, the Indigenous Projects Showcase, the successful ones. We're there, we're going to show you how we empower Indigenous businesses, support Indigenous businesses, and this video that you're going to watch is empowering Indigenous voices. Join us.
Hi everyone, I'm Lanny Eagle and I am an Indigenous consultant, and I work primarily in the area of working together with communities and corporations in learning how to better understand each other and how to work together. I am Indigenous. I am from the Whitecap Dakota Nation in Saskatchewan. I just want to convey that I'm really proud and really happy to be part of SEF. I've been on their advisory board now for the past 15 years. And not only is it about the work that SEF does, but through that whole process, I've been able to build a really solid friendship with the CEO of SEF. And, it just speaks to how important it is that we build on those personal relationships. And it is out of friendships and personal relationships that our continued relationship begins to grow. And we learn that in the mining industry, let's say between communities and corporations. We also learn that at the economic development level between organizations like SEF and community members that want to build a business, not necessarily related per se to the mining industry, but certainly to help the economic development of their community grow. And there's a lot of really good examples of that happening throughout the world that SEF has been part of. So it really is about building and uplifting people to grow in their industry and to create wealth for themselves and for their communities.
Hello, my name is Patricia Massey. I'm Nehiyaw and Métis. I'm a member of the Assiniboine Nation. I am the owner and founder of Massey Books, a new and used bookstore on the territory of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh Nations. Specifically the traditional site of the Kamkamale village, which translates to the place of maple trees. We specialize in celebrating and highlighting books by over-excluded authors, a majority of that being Indigenous authors, Canada-wide. Working with Empowerment Pathways on bringing some of these Indigenous stories into institutions that house incarcerated individuals. As we know, Indigenous folks make up the majority of those incarcerated, and it's really important that their stories are reflected back to them so that they can see themselves in a place in this world and also heal. And the curating the list of books for these inmates was something that I take great pride in being able to make change in these small ways as best as we can. Working with Empowerment Pathways was just a great experience, and want to uphold all the work that they're doing in the community. And also really grateful to know and work with Garth, who put on and is putting on the IPSSS conference, and all the work he does to uplift Indigenous folks in the community. I'm just one of many recipients that have been, very blessed to be uplifted by him.
Hello, my name is Sarah McConsmiro. I am the owner of Tradish, and Tradish is the Ancestor Cafe. I'm really happy to be a partner and support Empowerment Pathways. I think that the work that they're doing is super important, and I love that they're supporting future Indigenous entrepreneurs, support Indigenous businesses.
Hey Sarah, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
Yeah, so you know what, we want to talk about Empowerment Pathways and our Indigenous inmate program, because I think you need to speak about this and how you found, how did you get it? And these are the clients that we're working with inside the institution, and you fell in love with this.
Oh my God, yes I did. For one, I feel very excited to be on your side of the country. So being over here, so it's nice to come back here, and it's quickly becoming home. You know, so it's nice, and I'm getting to know more things, being more familiar with the area is really nice. And then now just driving to the institutions and us going in together, it's just something we've done, and I appreciate, you know, being welcomed by the inmates too. That was very sincere yesterday. They remembered me, you know, from the last time I was here. So I did like that, and to hear how far they'd advanced. They were very proud to say, you know, here's what I'm doing, or this is where I'm at, or I'm working on this thing that you mentioned. So all of that's been exciting too. And then to see the support from the institution as well, so Corrections Canada, even just having a storefront for inmates to be able to showcase the work that they've done in the institution. And so when I saw this bag, I absolutely fell in love with it. I just see the detail, the design, you know, that was put into it, and the time that one of the inmates in our program had put into it. So I mean, just to see the progression, the thoughtfulness in what they're doing. I know that's how they're looking at their business plans too, you know.
Yeah, and how they're excited to share, you know, what they're going to do for their businesses, and how they actually help each other too, which is really interesting. So when one of the inmates was talking to the other and said, yeah, he was going to work on this business, and I think it's great. So they were helping each other, and that really came to another piece that we thought we've been developing this project together. So it's based on some of my methodology, you know, in the Western world, and respecting the traditional ways of the Indigenous world. Is that the right word? The Indigenous world?
Well, Indigenous ways of knowing. So
Right.
it's really that community, that thought process. And so both of us had been involved working within entrepreneurial, you know, promotion and support of entrepreneurs
Yeah.
in very similar methodology. And so bringing that, but then looking at not only from an Indigenous perspective, but from those within, like, how is this project unique when working with inmates? And so I think where we found it was taking the methodology that you've been working with and taking the feedback from inmates and saying, how does this work? And it wasn't monumental changes, but it was the thought process that was being incorporated into it, and taking that lens of Indigenous ways of knowing and applying it. And then now having the opportunity yesterday to speak to inmates and to get feedback, what's working, what's not, what else could we do? And that great idea that came from them as to, you know, how can we support each other when we're out of here too? Because we can help as facilitators and, you know, as you know, members of the team that's really implementing this, but to get that day to day, that's something that they need from each other, you know, to help to encourage each other. And we saw that a point of pride between two of them saying, you know, I helped to develop this, I helped with this idea, you know, and so that excitement, it goes with the two of them, or one being stronger when the other one isn't as much. And so, well, you can speak up, say what you told me, just tell me what you told me. So just that is enough to encourage people to just speak up. And that was great, because one of the gentlemen we spoke to yesterday was very quiet for most of the meeting, and then the other one just like, speak up. And when he did, that was where the idea came from. It's like, how can we be there to support each other, you know? So that's another unique piece to add to it, is that along the way, as Indigenous people, we support each other. And like we've heard from others as well, and for myself, it's not about competition as in you're getting ahead of everyone else. It's getting to the finish line with our communities, with our nations, building each other up and building a stronger community that's more self-sustaining, which is foundational to the program.
Absolutely, and a recurring theme is partnerships, not just collaboration, but
Yes.
partnerships, and being real about that was really yesterday as well, and how grateful they are for this project, because it's really, you know, we call it empowerment pathways. It's really empowering to them, and being able to do something they can do for themselves. A lot of, you know, that we get feedback. This is why. This is our why. And so it's really great to have you here with us. And we're at 312 Main Street, which is you know, you see the red dresses in the window. This is the heart of the downtown east side as well, and we're hoping to make changes here for some of the people.
It's a great opportunity, and when you walk up to the building, even you see what the need is, and you see what's missing, and there's opportunity. And so people who are passed by and not seen, The premise of the program is to sit. It's judgment free, and we're there to support as you need along the way. So it's nice to see that some things that the inmates are talking about addictions or finding a doctor or those support services they need when they step out. Having all of those things in place so that you can then start your business and work on it and move forward with planning and where you want to.
Yeah, absolutely. What's next for us? You bought the purse. We're looking to increase that retail opportunity so that these inmates have the opportunity just to not only share their beautiful work, but to start their businesses with some of this work. So that's what we're working on next, getting that retail opportunity.
I'm Melissa Campbell, and I work for Empowerment Pathways, a partnership with SEF Canada and Three Sisters. We work one-on-one with Indigenous inmates in the Fraser Valley. Together we help them build their business plans so that they are more prepared when they go into the community to start their own businesses and will feed back into their economies.
SEF has been encouraged to see meaningful economic and social change in countless projects they have been a part of. The Piguktuk Entrepreneurial Inspiration Project in the Northwest Arctic Bureau in Alaska is no exception. When a project hits its stride, where the project management, mining stakeholders, and all involved parties have leaned in and the momentum is infectious, there is much to be encouraged about, work within, and to celebrate, particularly the social connections formed and subsequent business growth. This initiative is a person-centered, community-led economic development program. It builds the capacity of the community to support entrepreneurship, enabling the creation of its own economy through its own businesses throughout the 11 villages.
The small business to help build the confidence and to help any way they can to promote and to have a successful business.
I want more work for our young people, more training, if possible, because we have many talented people in Kibling.
In the words of Chad Nordlum, a community member,
in the Northwest Arctic, where the tundra meets the sky, economic development spreads its wings, ready to fly. A landscape of promise, evolutionary and bright. A symphony of progress, a beacon of light. Person-centered visions guide the way. In the midnight sun where dreams hold sway. Giftedness of the people, a resource untold. Unassuming strength in the stories they hold. Strategic plans unfold like the Aurora's dance. A roadmap to prosperity. A forward advance. Reciprocal bonds like the river's embrace, connecting hearts and hands across time and space. Responsibility woven in every thread, a commitment to the future where hopes are bred. In the messy process of growth and change, opportunities arise on this transformative range. Person-centered progress, a strategic quest, each step a dance, a harmonious jest. Giftedness blooming in every endeavor, the spirit of the North, forging forever. So let's celebrate the evolutionary tide, as economic wings in the Arctic glide. For in this dance of progress we find the promise of tomorrow, beautifully entwined.
That migration is from, to the company Red Dog, and they recognize how important it is for the people to get that resource, so they make sure they stop all production to not disturb that migration pattern.
We are thankful to our sponsors, Tech Red Dog Mine, Northwest Arctic Borough and Denali Commission, and to the community members for making this project possible.
Teku. Oh!
Or in the upper Bear language, it's Koyanak.